Peter Courtney, the state senator and president of the Oregon State Senate, along with Senator Jackie Winters and Speaker Bruce Hanna, I would like to welcome you to your state capitol. This is your state capitol. My generation is known as the silent generation, age 65 to 80. Then you have the baby boomers, people 50 to 65. You have Generation X, 35 to 50. And then you have the millennials, 20 to 35, and that brings us to Generation Z, which are today's children and teenagers. If you review the generations litany I just gave you, those of us before the present generation, we have learned the hard way that eating and exercising right are as important to everyone as they are to the athlete and to the PE teacher. I have said the only thing wrong with kids are adults. Today, the adults are getting it right, and we're going to do right by the kids. We know that obesity is ruining the lives of the young. We know how to do something about it. Today starts that something. Senator Winters, Jackie Winters, and her helpers have brought us to this moment. She and her helpers deserve all the credit in the world. I guess if she can stop meth in our community and bring clean water to Africa, she can stop the dreaded diabetes from getting into the lives of our children. Her team of helpers is loaded. Dietitians, doctors, the YMCA, teachers, business owners, civic leaders, lobbyists, nurses, drug companies, the Statesman Journal, and many, many others. Today, they are a phalanx, an army marching forward. Can that phalanx, can they win? They, working with all of you in Marion County, they have to. They just simply have to. So together, the I Love Me will become I Love Us. Thank you.
When we think in terms of obesity and diabetes, that personally, this particular issue impacts everyone's life. And I think probably out there are tons of personal stories that go along with this particular issue. Recently, I just lost a dear friend. I lost my brother 2.5 years ago. And I think it can go on and on and on. You know, I said when I first started and I asked the good Senator, President Courtney, to join me in this initiative, that it was startling to learn that if we do nothing, if we do absolutely nothing, the next generation will lose 20 to 25 years. That was very sobering to me when I learned those statistics. And I said it's a statistics that we actually can turn around. Because we're empowered in every one of us to make choices. And I think, and I believe, that we can make the right choices. I was also at the time that I was at this national group when these statistics were given, and I heard all the experts talking about our future and talking about this issue. And as I looked around, I did not see one individual whom I know that when I was raising my sons that I trusted a lot. And that individual was my pediatrician. When I returned to Marion County to Salem, I called my pediatrician, who gets me into more trouble than Carter's has liver pills. And when Senator Courtney talked about and water to Africa, this pediatrician was the one that enlisted me to go abroad. And I have to tell you, riding 21 hours in an airplane was not my idea. But it's true. The next generation and our children are our most prized possession that we have. If we don't take care of them, who will? If we don't talk about I love me and I love the least of us, our children, who will? And I want to give a special thanks to all of my team, my helpers, and my army, because without them, we wouldn't be here today at the Capitol steps. And I also want to say, I know that I love me, I love Marion County, and I love you. And together we will actually solve this problem for our next generation. And with that, I would like Dr. Goldberg, who has also been one of my individuals who've been with me from the beginning, because I sought his counsel early on and said, do you really think that we can make a difference? And he said, yes. Dr. Goldberg.
Thanks, Senator Winters, and thanks to both Senator Winters and Senator Courtney for their leadership, because today's a great day. Today's a day we can make Marion County a healthier place and provide leadership for the rest of the state to make Oregon a healthier place. Senator Winters is right. This is something that we can do something about. You know, our biggest and most pressing health problem is obesity and diabetes. And we have before us the first generation of kids. This is the real tragedy. First generation of kids amongst us as we look around who are likely to live a shorter lifespan than us old guys. And that's because of obesity and diabetes. But the good news is that this is something that we can prevent. It starts with eating right, it starts with getting exercise, and it starts today here in Marion County. So I'm thrilled to be a part of this and looking forward to continuing to make Marion County and the rest of Oregon one of the healthiest places in the nation. We can do this. And now I'd like to turn things over to our favorite pediatrician and our best pediatrician, Dr. Lace.
Thank you. I've been here in Salem for 34 years now, so I have a little experience going back and just watching the epidemic that we have. I mean, you can call it an epidemic of childhood obesity because we're just getting more and more children that are not just a little overweight, but they're getting downright obese. And so we've got to start making some changes. We've got to start doing some things differently. And what I like to do is tell people when that child comes right out of the chute, we're going to start thinking in a different way about infant nutrition. We want to start thinking about a different way of approaching how we feed our kids and how they exercise. So we have to start somewhere. And so we're starting with childhood obesity. We're going to try to make a dent into that. Because if we don't, you know, we're starting to see type 2 diabetes in children now, which we've never seen before. And this is a new thing that's coming up. And so we don't even know how to deal with children who start with type 2 diabetes when they're 13 and 14. What's their life going to be like when they're 30 or 40 or 50? So it's a big problem that we're having right now. So we can make a difference. We have to do it as ourselves and our family, and we have to do it as a community and make sure that we've got lots of different options. The things that I like to tell parents, that you don't have to spend a lot of money to do this kind of stuff. You can start right at home. And the simple things that we want parents to start doing every day is limit screen time to 2 hours a day. Computers or TV, that's it. You got to be doing something else. You got to be moving. You can get your families down to non-fat milk. It takes a little practice and work at that, but you can all get down to non-fat milk. We want to get rid of our as much as we can, all the extra sugar-containing drinks, unless you've got some other special occasion, but just try to minimize that. And if you can get 60 minutes a day of exercise, anything, walking, you don't have to join a club, you don't have to do anything else, but 60 minutes a day. And the other thing we tell families is limit yourself to 1 day a month or one time a month that you go out to eat. Not to say we're going to put the fast food restaurants out of business, but we can limit that because that's a real quick source of calories, and oftentimes the kids don't get a chance to use that up. So with that, we're going to end, and we're going to begin our march. Okay? So we're going to start with a little exercise. Oh, sorry. Turn it back to Senator Winters.
He may be the tallest one in this group. However, I wanted to recognize my Senate and House colleagues who have joined us there. And for now, Dr. Lace said that we need to move. So follow me and we will begin the walk. So we're going to move on. She's gonna go.